Good morning, guys. Welcome back to G Like Travels. My name is Greg. At the moment we are walking in the beautiful New Forest just outside of Southampton. It is a national park here, and I'm going to be talking to you about the best things about living in Southampton. So watch on to find out why it is a great place to be living in Southampton. And someone is smashing the ice there. So let's get straight into it. Why is Southampton such a great place to live? So like any place, when you live there for a long time, you will see probably the bad stuff more than the good stuff. And I've had the pleasure, you might say, of living in Southampton for a very long time. Moved there since I was 2 years old, 1981. Lived there until 2004 approximately, and then moved abroad for 15 years and moved back in 2018, so been back for 4 years. So why is it a good place to live in? Well, first of all, I would like to talk about the location of Southampton. You know, the logistics of living in a city where it is on the south coast of England. So first of all, it's only an hour and a half away from London, from central London as well. You can get to Waterloo Station in just under an hour and a half. You can take the coach, which is probably over an hour and a half depending on the traffic, to London Victoria from Southampton, so it's pretty close by if you want to get to London. In addition to that, it's near a lot of big airports, so it's near Heathrow, it's near Gatwick. They're both about an hour and a half away as well. If you want to travel a bit further, you can get to Stansted in Luton in less than 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Furthermore, we've got some great kind of local regional airports, one in Southampton and one in Bournemouth, so there's plenty of options if you want to travel. Last but not least, we also have a lot of cities nearby that you can visit, like Portsmouth, Bournemouth and Winchester, and we've also got the Isle of Wight, so you can get the ferry to the Isle of Wight. There's one ferry from Southampton to Cowes, one from Lymington to Yarmouth, and one from Portsmouth to Ryde. So overall it's a great place to live in terms of logistics and getting around the south coast of England and even further afield. And I've just been interrupted by some horses munching a bit of grass. Check this out, guys. See? Then this is what we're going to be talking about next. Living near this amazing national park of the New Forest. Number two thing about why it's really good to live in Southampton, I would say it's related to number one, but it's about the location in terms of being close to nature, close to beautiful national parks and things like that. So as I mentioned earlier, we are very close to the New Forest National Park. In fact, it only takes us 15 minutes to drive to the nearest part of the New Forest. And check it out. Here it is in all its beauty. We have a lot of ice because it's pretty cold today. We've also got the South Downs National Park, so that's a little bit further away, just kind of northeast of Southampton, with some some great places to visit, farms, hilltops, stunning viewpoints, things like that. Also got the Isle of Wight. As I mentioned earlier, you can get to the Isle of Wight in about 20 or 30 minutes from Southampton, and that is a very popular location for holiday makers. Thousands of people go to the Isle of Wight, much like the New Forest, every summer. We're also near Bournemouth, which has some fantastic beaches, and we've got some beaches in between Bournemouth and Southampton which are great for visiting too. So there's a lot of really beautiful places to visit very close by to Southampton. One other thing I should mention is, if you enjoy water sports, Southampton is a great place for doing water sports. So I'm just walking on ice, so I'm looking where I'm going. There's loads of places to go sailing, windsurfing, jet skiing, all sorts of different water sports are catered for in Southampton and around the Solents. Because if you didn't know, Southampton is on the confluence of two big rivers, the River Test and the River Itchen. Then it forms the Solent, which is quite, I suppose you view it as a very large river, perhaps. So yeah, so plenty of opportunities to do those activities as well. Next up, number 3 reason why it's a great place to live in Southampton is the amenities. I mean, Southampton's a pretty big city. We have just under 300,000 people here. One of the biggest cities on the south coast. You could possibly argue the best city on the south coast. And yeah, there's a lot of things in terms of culture, history and entertainment in Southampton. It has 2 cinemas. It has at least 3 or 4 theatres. We've got Westquay Shopping Centre. So it's a very popular location for people to come shopping here. And yeah, there's a lot of history in Southampton. I mean, a lot of it was bombed during the Second World War, but there's still a lovely old town just kind of to the south of the city centre, between the Isle of Wight ferry terminal and the main city centre itself. And also it has 2 universities, so there's a huge student population. It's very popular among students to live in Southampton. And also we've got 2 great stadiums, St Mary's Football Stadium and the AGS Bowl Cricket Stadium. But let's not talk about how Southampton are doing at the moment, okay? Last but by no means least, why Southampton is a great place to live, I would say, for the green spaces that we have in the city. First of all, we've got what is called the Common, so that is 326 acres of woodland and open spaces, and that kind of runs through the centre, like the spine of the city almost. And in fact, we live just to the top of the Common, and I can cycle through it on my way to work going into the city centre, and yeah, it's just a really nice commute. In addition to that, there's 5 quite large central parks in the city centre, all kind of interconnected, which makes the city centre very green, kind of open space. Also we have the sports centre, which is another green and open space, but obviously for doing a lot of sports there. So yeah, we're kind of spoilt for choice in terms of green open areas here, and I think that kind of just, for me, puts the icing on the cake, as it were, for why Southampton is a fantastic place to live. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope that kind of gave you some good insights as to why Southampton is such a great place to live. Of course it has negatives, I didn't mention those. Every place has negatives as well as positives. So comment below if you live in Southampton, if you agree or disagree with me. Where do you live, and what are the good things about living in a place where you are from? Please comment below as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, you like and you leave a comment. That's it. Bye for now.